What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Go ahead, put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. One, okay, y'all can hear me good. Y'all can hear me good. All right, thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? Yeah. Happy Friday. Hope all is well. So loud and clear. Thank you, Successful MD. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are ready for the weekend. And I hope y'all voted. I hope everybody voted because I voted. I already voted, right? So shout out to you guys. Listen, I'm gonna put the link to I told you guys I was gonna do some new merch, some new shirts, right? So if you want to support the channel, go ahead and click the link that I posted in the chat and go ahead and purchase one of my shirts if you want to support. I would deeply, deeply appreciate you for doing so. So I went ahead and made the No Lies Detected shirts and also the Ratchicity shirts. If you want to support the channel and purchase one of my shirts, go ahead and hit that link and you can get one, get you one. All right. So make sure you guys do that. As you come into the building, make sure you are hitting the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button. If nothing else, hit the like button. The like button is free. It definitely helps the channel out, y'all. So make sure you are doing that as you come into the building. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also, share and like the stream as well. And hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. All right. So shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building. Support the channel, you guys, via Super Chat, Cash App if you can. And also just support by liking the stream. And if you want one of my shirts, definitely go ahead and the link is in the chat if you want to go ahead and support the channel in that way. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Successful MD, what's going on? Lorenzo Redman, Black Man, what is it? Is that Black Man 1428? I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Divine Photos in the building. What's going on, Divine Photos? Hustle the Great, J Dub, formerly known as Jeffrey Woodland, in the building for Dimension. Richard Register. What's going on? How you doing? Chavez Greenyard. Thank you so much for being here. Richard in the building still. Ryan Wetlow, Romney, McNeil. What's going on? Farrell in the building. What's going on, Farrell? Farrell is one of my, like, I consider Farrell like an OG to the channel. What's going on, Farrell? Will Sellers, Keynow, everybody. Shout out to Foundation Megan Good, August 8, 1981. What's going on? Sandland 113. Good afternoon to you as well. So Complex, what's going on, Complex? Complex 2, I consider Complex Design an OG to the channel as well. Shout out to Complex for being here. I appreciate you. So we're going to get into this live stream, y'all. We're going to get into it. Make sure you're ready to chime in the chat. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. So I did post, I put this poll up, and the poll says, does being 6 feet tall making six figures make you a top tier man? And so far 88% of you said no. And if you haven't chimed into that poll, go ahead and answer it, and I'll look at it towards the end of this live. Again, I want to know your thoughts on that question. Does being a 6 foot tall man making six figures make you a top tier man? So we're gonna talk about it. I want to get your thoughts on this, but I want to play a clip first, per usual. I have a clip that I want to share with y'all that talks about this, and it's Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast. Shout out to him. And he was asked this question and he answered it, but he got a lot of pushback. There were a lot of pushback in the comments about the way he answered it. And I'm going to, of course, give my perspective, give my thoughts, and I want you guys to chime in as well. All right. And we have some other clips that we're going to go through as well. So make sure you're hitting the like button as you come into the building, and also supporting the channel. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the clip right now. We're going to get right into it. Here we go.
And just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
Okay. A lot to unpack, as y'all would say, or a lot of podcasters would say. There's a lot to unpack here. Now, listen, I don't know if y'all going to agree with me on this one, okay? But just listen, just take what I'm saying and listen, right? And then y'all let me know. So I will say this. Let me remove that. Okay. I think part of what she's saying, I agree with. Don't shoot me. Okay. I agree with part of what she's saying, right? And I agree with what Cooley said too. But for those who have been watching me for a minute, you already know my thoughts on the high value man. Well, you should know my thoughts on what is considered high value and what is not. You already know that I don't look at it just from a financial aspect. I don't look at it from a superficial aspect, right? And that's the main thing that I talk about when it comes to modern women, how superficial they are. You know what I mean? How unrealistic they are. Because, and of course, you know, we got to live in the real world and really see what's really happening. And I think part of the problem is when it comes to modern women and what they are looking for and expecting from a man, or what they desire from a man and what they see as a top tier man. Now, I will say this. There are a lot of women who are looking, from what we see on social media, they're looking for a tall man. They all say 6 feet or more, right? They all say he got to make a lot of money, right? And now this issue of 50-50 is coming up. They don't even want that. They want you to pay 100% of the bills, take care of them 100%, and have all of these qualities. But we know, based on what we see from these modern women, a lot of them don't even measure up to even qualify for something like that. My perspective is this, and I don't consider myself a modern woman. So I think it depends. When we're talking about modern women, which we are, to me, the problem is the modern woman is asking for all these superficial things because it's not because she wants that in a man that she respects and really wants. It's because she needs his resources. And I think that makes a difference. When it comes to a woman who has legitimate standards from a man, she would not be requiring 6 feet, 6 figures, and all of that other stuff that I deem unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? A woman who is really looking for a true companionship, a real solid man who has great character, who is a good person, who has all of the things that would be necessary for a good relationship, she's not going to really care about the superficial ideals of modern women. I hope I'm making sense. So essentially, I think what the woman was saying, I think she mentioned some good things in there, but I think towards the end, it came off as a little insulting by saying, oh, the women in her circle wouldn't want a man who's 6 feet tall, 6'4" or whatever with braids. I think she just kind of went there. It's in the nature of a lot of women. It's hard for them just to answer a question without going catty or going, or insulting. And I think that was a bit insulting. She could have left that out at the end. But I think a part of the things that she was saying in a man is a lot of the things that these modern women don't lead with. You don't hear modern women saying, oh, I want a man who has great character. I want a man who is a good man. I want a man who has his priorities together. I want a man who's loving towards me, who wants to build a family and be together and work together. All of the things that she described is not what modern women lead with. So it would lead men to it would make sense to me why Cooley led with what he led with, because that is what these women are looking for. But I will say this too. Don't get it twisted now. There are men who are 6 feet tall, make 6 figures, but it's not necessarily the type of man that a lot of these women want. I'm just saying. When I tell you women are complicated, I mean it. Women are complicated. You cannot gauge women. You cannot gauge specifically what it is that women want because they don't fully know what they want. Now, it changes. They don't know what they want. When you hear women say, oh, I want, I'll know what I want when I see it or when I feel it, because they don't know what they want. There have been women who have met guys who are considered good guys, make good money, have good jobs, tall, look good. And these women they walk away from it. So it's not just that cut and dry for women to just say, oh, 6 feet tall. He makes over 6 figures. He's what you know, because she'll look at that and there'll be something about him that she still may not like. There may be something about him that she still does not like. It could be maybe he don't have enough swag. Maybe, he don't, his beard mustache don't connect. I don't know. It could be the simplest things that will turn these women off. This is where we see women who say they meet these quality guys or these top tier guys, but guess what? It's something about him. They don't want him. He missing something. And so this is why I say this type of situation. And on top of that, there are women who date and fall in love with men who don't have any of that. He don't make 6 figures. He's not 6 feet tall, but he has something else that she likes. It could be he good in the bed. That it could be just simply he put it on her real good and she lost her mind. It could be just simple as that. Or it could be he got swag, or he got something. I don't know what it is anymore, but it could be that. And this is why you see a lot of women with dudes who do not make 6 figures, who are not 6 feet tall, but these are the guys that these women are going after. So this is why I say once again, and I understand where Cooley was coming from. And like I said, I understand what the woman was saying as a woman, because women are very complicated. It's not that cut and dry with us. I think when it comes to men, I think men are more simpler. Men know what they want. If they know what they want, they know what they want. They look for that. They get that. They're cool. Women, we go back and forth with what it is that we want, what we find attractive, what we don't find attractive. And I know y'all see there'll be a gorgeous woman with a dude that's, not so attractive in the face. And she's arm in arm with him. And because there's something else about him that she really likes. So to me, all of this stuff that we talk about, all of the, it's kind of subjective. Yes, there's a major component to it. And yes, the modern women are from what they say, oh, I want 6 feet, 6 figures and all that. But what they actually deal with is not that. And they've never dealt with that. That's why they're complaining, because all of the relationships or situationships that they were in were not up to par. So now they're letting other society and other women tell them, girl, don't deal with a dude like that. You need this, X, Y, Z. Somebody had to tell them, because they didn't know, oh, this is what I should be requesting. Because a lot of them, honestly, they know that they don't measure up for the type of man they say they want. A lot of it is just talking points. It's just what it is. So I think when it came to this particular clip with Cooley saying that, is because that's what a lot of the modern women say they want. But when they get in front of a man who has that, it's kind of, they don't know if they want it or not. And the only reason they would want to maybe be in your presence or deal with you is if they can manipulate you, if they can get your resources, and that's it. They don't really, it just depends. All of this is not like set in stone. I'm telling you, it's all subjective, and especially when it comes to women. Women don't know what they want. They don't know, and it got to be a feeling. This is why vibes and all of that is so important. This is why you got to have the right vibe. If the vibes are there, then we could kick it. It's a feeling. It's all based on a feeling. It's not. This is why I say, and I'm gonna go through the comments, because I want to hear what y'all saying. I want to hear what y'all saying, but I mean, it's really listen, my husband had to remind me, look, he knows a paraplegic who get all the women, child. And I'm not trying to be funny. And he had to remind me, there's this man, he's a paraplegic in a wheelchair, and he get women. And I'm like, I know you lying. How is that happening? Because it's something about, he's able to talk to the women a certain way. He's able to talk to them and make them laugh and get their attention. And he can get these women, whether they're and have the women hanging around his wheelchair and getting the loving out of the women. Attractive women. You would think it would be like, some crackheads or something. No. Decent looking women. And you think to yourself, how in the hell a paraplegic is getting these decent looking women to sleep with him? He got some type of game. He can talk. How is it that a fat dude, I'm just saying, there's another one. A fat dude could reel in some beautiful women. I'm like, what in the hell is he telling these women? Because I'm thinking to myself, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And these are beautiful women too, that this guy could pull. Now, it doesn't seem like they're in stable relationships, but how are these dudes in those positions able to get with these women? So that goes to show you, when it comes to us, this is why I say women are complicated. And just when you think you know what they're after and what they want, it could flip up like this. It could switch up real quick, have you like, what the hell? This is why I say women will say one thing and do another. This is what makes it complicated. Just when men think, oh, okay, I've worked myself up to get into the six figures. I'm making this money because this is going to make me more attractive and make me get the woman that I want. I'm going to do this and do that. And then you get to that position. And I'm not saying this is the case always, but hell, this is the confusion of the women. That's the issue. You work yourself up and working yourself to the bone to get to what you think these women want. And then when you get there, it's not enough. It's not a level. The bar has been raised, or she's just not attracted to you. So to me, merely making six figures, which is it's a lot, and being 6 feet tall is not enough to be considered a top tier man, because there are other things that will qualify you for being that. I don't think it's just that. I think that's what women say. And because even if you meet a man who has, a certain great character about himself, he's a good person and all of that, you find then that these women don't want that. He's too boring. So it's like there's no winning when it comes to these types of women, the women who think that way. While I think the majority of women have the same nature, I think it just starts to depend on your mentality, how you think, what you value, and all of those things. Because if you're a modern woman who values money, you value things, you value just being outside, you value just the street life, you value superficial things, then that's going to be a problem for any man. It ain't about the money. That's why I say I don't focus on the money and all of that, because I think that that's the least thing that you should be worried about when trying to get in a relationship with a person. And I will say, look, I don't want to minimize the money, because we need money to live. We all need money to survive, right? So I'm not going to minimize it like that. Excuse me, y'all. I'm not going to minimize it like that, because we need money, and you need to make a decent amount of money to live and provide for yourself. So money is important. But what I'm saying, if you make decent money, then you have to be concerned about the other qualities that you would need to look for in a man and a woman. So I just think, yeah, it's a bit tricky, and I don't think money is the only criteria. And I certainly don't think that your height should be the main issue. You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of good men out here who are not 6 feet tall at all. And I just don't think that that's the main focus. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says money don't make the man. Look at rappers and athletes. Some of them aren't the smartest bunch. A man leads by example, leadership, and not by his wallet. Exactly. 100% agree, Divine Photos. Thank you for the super chat. Pharaoh says he preached out of his ego. She preached out a fairy tale. Both of them has a degree in dumbassery. Thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Chavez says, I agree with Cooley has points, but again, money and height can't unlame you. Strength and character and dignity will far outlast a fat bankroll. I agree with that too. It does get weird when guys try to claim to know what women want in men more than women do. Oh my God, that's true. Facts are facts. So a top tier man should just ignore himself. Right? She is clearly argumentative. The last comment was funny. Had to admit it. The way he described it, I can see what he's talking about. Another woman trying to tell men about men. She need to feel good about herself before she run into me. Lorenzo Rabbit says, I disagree. Let's see. Just because you're tall and rich doesn't mean you're a top tier. I know tall, rich dudes who ain't worth 2 dimes in a bucket. Money and height doesn't unlame you. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's just about the money, the height, or any of that. But I will say, this is what women lead with. This is what the modern woman lead with. They lead with, oh, he got to be 6 feet tall. He got to make some money. He got to spend money on me. He got to make the money. It's all about the money. You got to take care of me. You got to pay all my bills. You got to do all of that. So I guess, I mean, if a man is out here looking for a woman in today's society, I could see if he felt like, okay, I need to keep leveling up. I need to get to a point so that I can attract me one of these types of women, or a woman that I want. I can get the woman that I want. If this is what women want, let me go after that. But what I'm saying, because of the mentality of a lot of the modern women, I don't know if that is going to be enough, because these women are not in it for the right reasons, in my opinion. I don't think the modern woman is really, they want a man with these things so that they can take advantage. That's my thoughts on it. I don't think a lot of these women are in it for the right reasons. Because to me, once again, a woman who's in it for the right reasons, she's not going to require all of that. I'm just telling you straight up. A woman who's in it for the right reasons and really looking for a relationship with somebody she can build with is not going to be out here saying, he needs to be 6 feet tall. He needs to make 6 figures. He needs to have all this. He needs to pay all my bills. No. The superficial idea of it all is why dating is the problem with dating is a problem, because what the women are asking for is not realistic in this day and age, because they work too. You work too. There's no logical reasoning in my mind for a man to pay all of the bills if the woman is working and able-bodied. And she's already working. There's no need for you to quit what you're doing or to keep doing what you're doing and not contribute to the household. That's just my thoughts on it. But this is the difference. I don't consider myself a modern woman, so I think differently. So in order for it to work, it would take, and I don't care if you're 6 feet, I don't care, attractive, tall, all of that. To be in a relationship with these true modern women, it don't matter if you short, medium, tall, make average money, make above average money. These women are still looking for superficial ideals. They're still looking for something that is unrealistic. So it don't matter what you do, in my opinion, these types of women are still going to be selfish, self-absorbed, unrealistic, greedy, all of the above. They're going to want what they want from you regardless. It's not going to be based in real love or real commitment or anything like that. They just want somebody who's going to cater to them and take care of them. So, I guess essentially, even if, these women don't qualify for top tier men, they don't qualify for men, in my opinion, who are out here with right intentions, and the men who are actually, have things good going for themselves. And I'm not talking about 6 feet or none of that. I'm talking about a regular, just a dude. You don't got to be 6 feet and all that. Just a regular guy who has the right motives and the right intentions and really looking for love and really want companionship and really want to build a family. I'm talking about a man who's not all that other stuff, because once you find somebody who has the right motives, the right intentions, on the right trajectory of raising a family and doing all of that, you need to find a woman who is on your same page, a woman who is looking for the same things. And unfortunately, we're in a time where a lot of these women are not really looking for that. I said this before. They're not looking for that. They're looking to get paid. They're looking to get their bills paid. And that's it. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Says, I use gentlemen and funny characteristics. I use gentlemen and funny characteristics to get women. It definitely works with sexy black dominatrix cougars. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Pharaoh. Pharaoh, you gotta stop with these dominatrix. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think that that's it. I think the bar for what these modern women say they want keeps on moving. The goalpost keeps moving. Because they don't even know what they want. You know what I mean? They just know, listen, if you meet a woman that you are attracted to, right? And she has this modern mentality, best believe you're going to be ready to spend money, because that's what they want. And constantly do it. They want you to buy them and whatever they want. Birkin bags, Chanel. They want a lifestyle. They want to take trips. They want stuff. They work too. So it's not like you will be getting a lot for what you're giving out. Just be prepared to not expect anything back and just give everything, because that seems to be what it is. Anytime you're asking for a man to pay 100% of the bills and you still want to work and keep your own money and stack your cash, that's insane to me. And I just think that that's ridiculous. But that is what the modern woman is asking. She wants, and if she finds a guy that she's attracted to that is 6 feet tall, make all the money, she still wants you to pay for her upkeep and everything else. And she's attracted to you because she want to look good going out with you. Everything also too is about a look. It's about how it looks to others. It has to, because if she with a short man or he's equal in her height, that don't look good to her. Her walking with a tall man means something. It's almost like a status symbol. He's tall. Oh my God, he looks good. We look good together. This is what, when you see these pop the balloon shows and you see what these women are talking about and they discarding these men because of an outfit, is because they want a certain look. It's all about the look. It's all about how it looks, not about what it really is. And if you look good with them, that's fine. If you paying all their bills and giving them money, they will rock with you. They will tolerate you. But doesn't necessarily guarantee that this is going to be a match and this is going to be a winner and this is going to be a great relationship. No, it's not. And however you get these women is how you got to keep them. So if you're leading with your wallet, if you're leading with money, and that's really all she wants, you cannot ever run out of money. Don't run out of money because she's going to run out too. So you got to keep that up. And if that's the type of relationship you want, just to get a little nookie here and there, because she's not going to even want to give you much of that. Because that's not what she's in it for. She knows she got to give a little bit because of what you're doing. But that's it. If you're just desperate maybe and you can't get that from nobody and you got to pay for it, because that's what that is. That's paying for it. Then if you're okay with that, that's cool. But I'm just telling you what it is, how a lot of these women think. These women don't know what they want themselves. And if they come across a man who will give them what they want, they're going to take it. Don't mean they want you. They just going to take that. Avenging the Ancestors. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I love all you do, Queen D, to keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the super chat and for the comment. Thank you, Avenge the Ancestors. I appreciate it. Nothing wrong with that, but they can't keep them, though, these handsome hood dudes. Whenever I see a tall man, I tend to wonder which sport they might play. Beyond that, I'm curious about what women think when they see a tall man. Listen, my sons are 6'4", 6'5", 6'1" or 6'2". My sons are tall. They're tall. They're all like 6. I think one is like 6'1" or 6'2". The other one is 6. The other two are taller, 6'4" and like 6'5". But what I could, and they're young though. They're young. They're like 20, 22, 23, and they're young. Would I consider them top tier men at this point? No. But they're growing and they have the potential to be there because they're still growing. Do they have good character and good morals? Yes, they do. So I think they're young and they have good morals because of what we teach them. What my husband is instilling in them and teaching them how to be men and teaching them what they need to do as a man and all of those things. But they still have growing to do. They're young. So they have to grow as far as morals and values. Yes, they have that. And they're not superficial. They don't want superficial women. They don't want women, who just want to take them for their money and things of that nature. But I think being a top tier man encompasses a lot of things. It's not just what I would say is I wouldn't consider them top tier men just based on their height is what I'm saying. I don't know. It's your the qualities that you have as a man. And another thing I think that the lady said that I actually agree with is just a man in general, what he is about when it comes to the woman that he's with. And a top tier man definitely wants to, do things that support his woman as well, but lead as well, but not in a, like she said, a dictatorship. I don't think most men do that anyway. I think there are some, but I think that's important too, because, women are complicated. Women need a lot of things to feel secure, in my opinion. I think women need a lot more to stay balanced and to stay with it, because we can venture off easily. Our brains are all over the place. So I think you have to have a strong man with good leadership to kind of like keep you in line, like kind of not in a negative way, but keep you in check, but also supportive and loving, because we need attention and we need love. And I think when we don't get it, that's where we just start to flip out and go on, start thinking, start thinking crazy and thinking, this relationship doesn't serve you. Women are very complicated. I'll say it and I'll say it 1,000 times. Very confusing to anybody. They're confusing. We're confusing to ourselves sometimes. This is why I think a strong leader is important for women. You can't let women just lead themselves because we're too complicated. We go back and forth too much. This is why some don't think that women are good leaders and can lead things, because I don't think we are. I think we have our strengths. I think there are things that we can do that we're strong at, but when it's related to certain things we do, but overall, no. I think you need to have a strong man and a leader there to kind of keep you in check, because we all over the place. These feelings and these emotions, it doesn't work best. It doesn't work to our advantage in most cases. There's some ways where we are definitely assets to a man, but not in a way that women like to think. A lot of these women think that they could become men and be what a man is, and you cannot, because we're different. But we have our roles and we have our parts, but certain things you need to have a man to direct you. I'm just saying, you need to have a man to direct you, and because if not, we be all over the place. This is why women are always depressed and confused, because you don't know what you want. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. I'm telling you the truth. It's just the nature of women. So I'm not surprised why there, is a divide between women and men, because you don't really know each other. You don't really know the nature. A lot of men have not been privy to the nature of a woman, and women definitely have not been privy to the nature of men, because women think men should act the way they act. And you have women out here trying to emulate men. They want to be like a man, these strong boss chicks, all this boss chick talk. Hey, there are women who wear, women are wearing men's cologne now. Men, they want to smell like a man. They want to dress like a man. They want to be masculine like a man and everything. It is just that way. And I just think it could be confusing to anybody. And a lot of the women think that it's good with this to be these masculine boss chicks. I'm in control. But then when they have the role completely, then what happens? They're complaining about it. Now you're complaining about it. Oh, well, you still want a man to be a man. How is a man going to be a man to you when you already acting like the man? If you've taken on the responsibilities of the man, how do you think a man supposed to come in and be who he authentically is in that situation? It's not going to work. This is why the attitudes, the masculine attitude and all that does not work. This is why women who consider themselves boss chicks and successful in that way, they take on that masculine role, and this is why the relationships don't work. Which points me towards this next clip that I'm going to show you guys. And I just think, if you want a man and you want a man to be a leader, then you have to be able to follow. You can't be a leader thinking you're a leader too, and then y'all gonna bump heads, and it's not gonna work. This is why majority of educated, successful women cannot, they don't do well in relationships. They do not, because they feel like that they worked so hard and they had to take on that masculine role, and now nobody can take it away, and they don't know how to be feminine and be what a woman naturally is in just in any way, and especially in relationships. So it's not going to work. So, I just think, once again, just to get back to the point, just being 6 feet tall and making money does not qualify you as a top tier man, in my opinion. And I don't think women, that's the only thing that women want, even though they say it. Even though women say, I want 6 feet, they want swag, they want something else. So you could be 6 feet tall, make 6 figures, and you could be what they talk about, like that corny man, which I think is ridiculous to say, but you hear women saying, oh, go get you a corny man, get you a corny man. Yeah, so if you come off in that way, that it's not going to matter if you make 6 figures or not. They're not going to want to be with you, but they'll play around and pretend, that they'll chameleon it up, because if you're willing to spend money on them, oh, they going to take it. Bottom line. So that's just my thoughts on it. They're going to take your money, and then when it's done, they're going to leave. They're not going to really want to be there seriously. So I just think it takes a lot more for the right women. And let me add that too, for the right women, the women who are really looking for. But once again, the women who are really looking for something serious is not going to care whether you're 6 feet tall or and make a whole lot of money. Now, she wants you to be responsible. She wants you to be able to take care of yourself. She wants you to show the characteristics of a good man. She wants to see that you can take on a family and all of this, and y'all build together. But she's not going to be looking for you to be at the finish line already. You know what I mean? She wants to know that you have qualities that's going to work for a relationship and a family. She's not going to want you to just be sitting back like a Pookie and a Ray Ray. No, you have to still bring something to the table. But then that woman is going to bring something to the that type of woman is going to bring something to the table too. She's not going to want to be outside all the time. She's not going to be this 304 chameleon. She's not going to be sitting up here being superficial. She'll be okay if you take her on a coffee date. She'll be okay if you want to walk and talk and get to know her. She'll be okay with going to the movies because, you know, going to the movies now is lame, child. So as a man, you can't go to the movies. So the woman that would be more of the type of woman you're looking for is not going to have a problem with any of those things that a lot of these women say you shouldn't be doing. See, the superficial modern chick is open. You clearly see what she's all about. But the woman who's not for all of that, she's not gonna require all of that. And a lot of women like to say, "Oh, those women, oh y'all just settling for less." No, they're being realistic and they want real relationships. That's why those women who think the women who want real relationships, a lot of them are already married because they already met their husbands and they built their lives with them, and they're sitting in a better position now. While a lot of the modern hyena chicks are still out here running around single saying they will not settle. See, that's the difference. See, in my opinion, while I do think there may be some good women left, a majority of them are already picked. And so this is like the leftovers. This is what's left. This is what's left. The majority of the women who think realistically and really wanted something really good, they're already picked. They're married, married, they're already married. And the men that are left, this is what you have to deal with. This is the reality. This is the modern woman. This is what's left. The traditional women who don't think unrealistically like this are already picked for the most part. I'm just saying. Isaiah Jr. says a woman that is satisfied will always get more. Oh, facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. And then, you know, too, I think, oh, excuse me, y'all, my nose itching. My nose is itching. That's facts because once again, and then I say this too, Isaiah, a lot of women are looking for everything instantly, right now. Give it to me now. I want everything now. They don't want to work for it. You don't want to wait for it. You don't want to build with anybody. You want everything right now. And you're not even looking to work with the dude. That's the crazy part. You want all of the benefits without putting in any work. You haven't even established any time with the person. Y'all have not been through anything. You know, y'all have not built anything together. You just want somebody to come in and just buy you shit. Excuse my language. And just give you stuff. And just, that's it. That's not a relationship, baby. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. That's somebody who's just paying for you. One of those itching. Oh my God. That is not a relationship. That's not what a healthy relationship is built on. So that's the difference. And a woman who works with who meets a guy who's a upstanding guy and she's an upstanding woman, and y'all work together, y'all build together. And then over the years that you've been together, you accumulate that relationship and those things. You know, a lot of these women are not looking for $1 million rings and stuff to get married. They're like, okay, they know we got to start off small. And then eventually you have rings and you have these things that a lot of these women are looking for up front. You know, it don't always have to start that way because you got to build. And then if you have a family, you got a family to take care of, a family to consider. You build up on those things. And usually, and I think you're right, Isaiah, yeah, the woman who does not expect all of that end up getting it all. But see, these women don't want to go through anything. You just want somebody to come in off the rip and give you money, pay your bills, do all of this kind of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Successful MD says the good women must be in Mars. Oh, Lord. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. They might be successful, MD. Hell, you know, I keep trying to be positive about it, but yeah, it's just the mindset. And then all of them are telling, and they talking to each other. All the modern women are talking to each other. Girl, this man, you better not let no man take you to no goddamn coffee date, girl. He better take you to Root Chris or Maestro's, or girl, he better take you to you know what I'm saying? He better he trying to do the bare minimum. He just want to do the bare minimum so he can know how to treat you. That's so stupid. It's stupid. Period. And these women, and then you look at the women and you're like, well, damn. I mean, and this idea, oh, do I look like, this is what they'll say. Do I look like the type that would go 50-50? What's her name said that lady? I forget her name. Or do I look like the type that you could just take to McDonald's? And everybody looking around like, hell yeah, you look like the type that he can take to McDonald's, ma'am. Stop thinking that you're above what you are, and stop asking questions like that. Because when you ask questions like that, are you really ready for the real true answer? Once again, like I said the other day, they don't want the truth, honey. They want you to lie to them. Do you look like a girl who can just go to Applebee's? Yes. Yes. All of the ones who asked that, yes. Hell yeah. What's wrong with Applebee's? What do you think you look like? What are you supposed to look like to go to a fancy restaurant? Because none of them look like that. If I looked at them and just use that as a look and say, okay, as an idea of where I would place you and what category I would place you, you're right up the Applebee's, McDonald's alley. Y'all don't be looking like, if you want to put a look on it, that you should be in an upscale restaurant. None of them really look like it at all. But in their minds, they feel that they're more than what they are. And so, to be honest, none of them measure up. So stop even asking that question and stop thinking that you're more than what you are, and just be appreciative that a person wants to take you somewhere, or even, be seen with you, or do something with you. Be appreciative of that. Calvin says, how do you go jump from Popeyes to Steak 48 in one session? Yeah, and then this overinflation of who you are is a problem. And I'm not saying that to say that, oh, there's much, I'm not gonna put the women down and just say they're not worth anything. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you gotta rethink these things. But a lot of them don't rethink it because they're not trying to be in relationships. A lot of these women saying they don't know how to be in relationships. They've tried. All of the relationships failed, and they don't have no accountability on their part. So they don't know what it really takes. If they were to be honest, they would just say they don't really know what it takes to be in a relationship for real and how to make it work. They don't know because they were not taught that. They haven't seen it. And so they just don't know. And the things that a lot of men are looking for, they don't want to do. Period. Tristan Smith, thank you for the super chat, says, watch an hour of Kendra G's dating show and you realize that this entitlement mindset is everywhere. It is. They all want the successful men, but they're baby mamas. 2 to 6 men, grossly overweight, and their biological clock has hit 0. Baby, I couldn't have said it better myself. Exactly the truth, Tristan. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I mean, it is what it is. I talk about it all the time. Be 300, 400 pounds. Lord, 3 stomachs and stuff. Oh my God. Sit here with 3, 4 baby daddies. You got a side piece, who's, breaking you off, but he don't want to commit to you. And then you sitting here saying you want a top tier man to do all of this stuff for you, take on you and your kids. And it's just, it's insanity. It really is. It's insanity. But if you say something about it, you're a pick me and you hate women. No, it's just the truth. Y'all hate the truth. The truth shall set you free if you allow it to. But a lot of these women are delusional. Period. You're delusional. You can't expect all of this for nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Don't want to put in anything. Don't want to even do nothing to better yourself. But you think a man's supposed to come in and give you all of this stuff. You would think that the majority of these women would understand a hardworking man and that, hey, he working hard, I'm working hard. Let's do this together. You would think they would understand that, but no, the idea of working with somebody is just preposterous. They're like, oh, hell no, I deserve more. Who told you that? You told yourself that? Delusional. Thank you once again, Tristan, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Farrah says them heifers look like Otis the security guard. You're wrong. Thank you, Farrah, for the super chat. You're wrong for that one. Who is Otis the security? Okay, I don't know who Otis is. Thank you for the super chat. Successful MD says humans study and learn about their interests. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Oh Lord. Yeah, it's just a mess, and it seems to be no way of reeling this in. There doesn't seem any way. It doesn't seem like it seems like it's getting worse. It seems like more women are coming out with the same mindset. And Lord, don't get me talking about the politics and all of that, because that's weighing in heavily as well. I'm watching that too. I'm watching that. Make sure y'all watch the videos posted on this channel, because I'm tapping into a little bit of my political views as well. Why not? Because I have a lot of thoughts on what's happening, and so I tapped in. But there's so many videos out here, women talking about blaming men if Kamala don't win the election. I'm like, well, who do y'all think y'all are? Like, what y'all? Who do y'all think y'all? Oh, so this will just be another reason to hate men. Y'all already got a problem with men, so you just adding something else onto it. So it ain't nothing new. But it's crazy. Tristan says, I make $143K here in Nebraska, and it's rough. I go months without dating because it's god awful. Me and my dog will go to the park before I go on a date. Wow. That's crazy. But, Farrell says, Otis is security. Oh, from Martin. Okay, yeah. I know now. Gotcha. Thank you, Farrell. I got you. Fools are easy to influence. Actually, social media has freed Black men from the things we didn't know about. True, Roddy. It's true. How the hell y'all blaming men for Kamala losing? She not fit to lead. Right. These white women feminists have screwed Black women minds up. Isaiah says, now y'all wilding. Let's see. It says, female nature is the same everywhere. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, it's just crazy. And and I say it over and over, because when you do any political videos, you got to say, listen, y'all need to be mindful and respectful of people's choices. You can't control what people want to do. Especially when it comes to voting. Nobody don't have to vote the way you want them to vote. You vote the way you want to vote. Let everybody else vote the way they want to vote, and leave it at that. But yeah, I know politics is and religion, those are things you're supposed to steer away from. There are women out here saying they won't date a dude if he is voting for Trump. I'm like, y'all just I don't know. That education is not really sinking in. I'm just saying. Tristan Smith, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, have y'all seen the videos of Black women telling Black men to off themselves if they vote for Trump? I think one of them. I think Anton Daniels covered something like that. I just think it's ridiculous, but it shows you the mentality. I don't know these women are psychos. Like, what the hell is going on in your mind? I mean, it's no wonder you can't keep a man or a relationship or anything, because something is wrong. I've been said it's a mental block. It's a mental block, something happening in the brain, and they're just stuck there. And I don't think they'll ever be freed. Thank you once again, Tristan, for the super chat. So it's just crazy to me. We're going to move on. I want to move on to DeMarlo. Yes, mental illness for sure. For sure. Let's move on to this this clip of Nick Cannon. I want to play this, and I want to get your thoughts on what he had to say. Yeah, we have 131 people watching, but we only have 95 likes. Go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. hit the like button, you guys. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's move on to this clip of Nick Cannon, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this one. Here we go.
20 still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. My trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, this ain't,
You had to be a
the
different version
hustler.
of yourself.
And then when you have children, your man shit is like, wait, I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, you know. I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, you know, like she rocking being all the alpha that
Well,
she
by the
is.
way, she deserves it. By the way.
I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude. Her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued. Never even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be. The love kept me there. Even, you know, made it work so well because I was like, oh, you need somebody. You need a support system. You need somebody that don't want you for your money. You need somebody that's sincere. You need somebody that's willing to build a family and raise some, you know, amazing kids together. And that was my goal. But then there was just something constantly in me like, I got it.
The man.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about what he had to say? Because I will say there were a bunch of women, and we already know what women are going to think. Women automatically came to the conclusion that, oh, see, these men can't deal with a successful woman, a woman who makes more than them. They're intimidated by him. You know, they can't deal with it. But, you know, let's think about women for a second and what women have said. Women have said that they want to make their own money because they don't want a man to be in control, basically. A man who makes more than them, they had issues with him being controlling. This is what women have said. That the man who made more money than them was controlling. He called the shots. You know, she felt like he was belittling her, or she felt like, you know, because she didn't have her own, she couldn't be her own person. So partly one of the reasons why a lot of women have created this boss chick status or mindset is because they don't want to feel like they're being controlled by a man. If they make their own money, then they can call the shots. They can move the way they want to move. They can do what they want to do. They can be independent boss. They don't have to listen to a man. They don't have to follow a man. They want to be their own followers, their own leaders. They want to be in control. They want to do it all for themselves so that they can have control on how they move, what they do, and not have to answer to a man. That is part of the main reason why a lot of women want to be these boss chicks, want to make their own money, want to have that, to them, an upper hand, because they feel like being under a man's leadership, when the man makes the money. Now check this, because as much as they talk about, I want a man to be the leader and pay all the bills and do all that, but they still don't want to be what is considered under a man. So I've heard women talk about diminishing themselves, being under a man and being with a man. Don't let a man diminish you. Don't be in a situation where you lose yourself. This is the stuff that women say. But if a man says it, oh, somehow he's insecure. Oh, somehow he can't deal with a woman who makes more money. He clearly said him and Mariah didn't have any problems. But he felt like that as a man, he was kind of losing himself. And I think, you know, especially when you're dealing with these celebrities and stuff, and I don't like to really cover too many celebrities because they're living in a different type of situation. You know, she makes a lot of money. Mariah Carey has people handling everything, doing things for her, and all of that. And as I could see a man being her husband, how he could feel diminished, how he could kind of fall underneath all of that as being part of like the help or something. You know what I mean? But I think it's for the women to step in and say, hold on, no, this is my husband. he's not, he shouldn't be doing this, or stepping in and making sure that is not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat him and respect him as your husband, not somebody as one of your helpers or somebody like that because of who you are. This is where I just don't think that's why I think money is great, but it could cause problems. And I think this is why I don't believe that just because you make money that you have to have this attitude and you got to start acting brand new, like you're better and treating people like they're less than. I don't like that. And I think that's something that as women tend to really take that to their heads, and they really, really use, like, naturally, like they start to think that makes them better. And then they start to act as such. And I think that tends to be a problem. And if they don't, like, reel that in or change the mindset of that will cause a problem in any relationship. And I think, but what they always just attribute it to is the fact that, the men are insecure. No, they're not insecure. They just don't want to be, they want to be respected. They don't want to just be talked to crazy because you somehow got a wild hair up your butt and you think you're better than sliced bread, and then you start acting like that. That can become a problem if you don't watch it. And I think that's when we talk about the mentality of women and the fact of the way these boss chicks think and act like they're brand new and they're better than everybody and everybody's beneath them. I honestly think a lot of people want to have that position, especially women. I think a lot of women want that position. I think they want to be in a position to be able to look down on people because it makes them feel better about themselves. And to me, that's an insecure person who needs to have that type of authority or feel like they have that power. I think that's something that's lacking in you, to where you want to think or, be in a position to just shit on somebody because you've always wanted to do it, or you feel like you need to do that to make you to feel like you're special because you never felt special or you never felt good about yourself. I think a lot of people want that. And that's why fame and money is not always good people like that, because the minute they get it, that's how they start acting, and yeah, it's just crazy. Rashad Pascal, thank you for the super chat, says feminist movement was backed by Zionists whose sole purpose was to destroy the Black family. Feminists push Planned Parenthood big in our communities. It's true. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. You got a good point there. Yeah, and once again, too, I think Black women ran with the feminist movement. It's not something that they needed to do. I don't think it was for Black women, because as much as we have Black women who talk about, you need a man to provide all of this and do all that, Black men and women had to work both. If you go back to the 60s and 70s, a lot of Black men and women both worked. They both had jobs, right? It wasn't this idea of it wasn't a big thing where a bunch of Black women were just at home raising the kids and the man took off. A lot of them, both of them were working in a lot of situations. I don't know where they get this idea that, we're just supposed to sit back and not work and do nothing. And the man, no, they had to both work. They had to work together. That's why a lot of them stayed together, because they had to. They had to work. They didn't make a whole lot of money, so they had to work together. Now they thinking in their minds that, you don't have to work together. He just got to work and do it all while you sit back and just be a princess or something. I don't know where this idea came from, where Black women think that they don't have to work. But when they don't have a man, they still got to. It's not like y'all, they sitting back not working from the get go. You know what I mean? They going to work. They got to take care of themselves. They complaining about doing that. So I don't understand why you come from a situation where you've always had to work and take care of yourself. Now you think when you get in a relationship with a man, you just stop working, or you just work and keep your money and he got to pay it all. That's stupid to me. It really is. Divine Photo says in other marriages, you have men and women who have opposing political views that's been married for years. Facts. Core values matter more than political view. I agree. Yep. And we was talking about this too. Like, how is it that people are letting political views get in the way of relationships? I don't understand that. I don't understand it, but it's happening. And it's crazy, but it happens. I mean, and once again, I think when it comes to relationships, period, women are the ones who lead with this stuff. They find any problem in any way, shape, or form. Anything that, just it's a problem. But thank you, Divine Photos, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's see. A man has to wait for love, but respect can be given immediately. Black women get brand new when they get hair done and nose in the air. It's a convenient and it's a covenant and partnership. We have to work together. I've been married for 18 years. Thanks. See, this is what I'm saying. Thank you so much for that. I don't know, Marjorie. I hope I'm saying it right. That's what I'm saying. See, this is what I like to see, because we need to have more women who've been married for years to come out the woodworks and tell your experience, because it's so much of the single independent boss chicks out here trying to push the narrative. We need to have more women who understand what a marriage is, what a relationship should look like, and that it has to work with both of y'all putting in effort, not just one person just sitting here saying, I don't need to do nothing. And they're coming out like that. They're coming out just saying, people who have never really been in relationships, honestly. A lot of these people, you hear these women who've been saying, I've never been in a relationship, but I know I want 100%. People who have never, all they've been in was situationships. They've never been in serious relationships. And they're saying, I want 100%. I won't accept anything else. I can't be what they say, a roommate. I don't want a roommate. I'm like, but you don't even, you haven't even experienced a serious relationship to know what it is that you want. You don't even know what it takes for it to work. So how are you going to come out the gate talking about, I want 100%, this doesn't make any sense. But shout out to you, Marjorie. I hope I'm saying your name right. For you and your 18 years married to your husband, because I think that needs to be pushed more, and we need to promote healthy relationships and marriages, because if nothing else, for the people who say that they didn't see healthy marriages and relationships, look, you may not have seen it in your families, but if you're on social media, you can definitely come across couples who have been together, worked together, understand what that looks like, and use that as something to kind of, shape your mentality and your narrative. And so you can know what to look for when you go out here. It's too much of the BS out here, honestly. Thank you for that. I hope I'm saying your name right, Marjorie. I hope I'm saying it right. It's too much of the bullshit. It really is. It needs to be more of positivity, because it's just a hot mess. Successful Emily says, why do we give passes for lack of self-discipline? What do you mean, Successful MD? Yeah, I think people do that. Self-discipline is one of those things we all need, We all need it. Thank you for the super chat. We barely out of chattel slavery, so they acting like wealthy Becky's. Oh my God. Exactly. But once again, too, if you brush the poop off of everything, you'll see a lot of these women are just lying, and everything is just a talking point. Everything is just for show. Everything is a facade. A lot of these women get on these social media platforms and they be lying through their damn teeth. Lying, I make these 6 figures and 9 lists and all that. No, they be lying. I own 2 businesses, Kendra. No, you don't. You work for that damn laundromat. You work for the postal service. You don't own it. Oh, I own a trucking business. No, you a truck driver. You don't own it. Like they be, I own a this and that. No, you work at the call center, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's an honest job. Just be realistic. But they have to inflate everything that they do so that they can feel like they can justify the unrealistic things that they're asking for from these men. But I think a lot of them should own a gym, because if you really don't own a gym, at least you go to it, go to that gym and get in shape. Maybe that'll help the cause. You know what I'm saying? Farrell says a Latina woman in an interview explained how feminism wasn't Black women's movement 100. Yeah, it was not. Thank you once again, Farrell, for the super chat. No, it was not for the Black women. It was not. It was something that Black women, they kind of incorporated Black women in a sense, and Black women ran with it and thought, oh, this is for us. No, Black men and women always have had to work together. You know, they had to work together, but now they use that as, oh, they weren't happy back then. No, they were more married back then and together than they are now. I don't know. It's just horrible. It really is. It's a horrible place to be right now, especially if you're single, in my opinion. Many have never been with a man for even 5 years. Oh, child, Roddy, say that. They have not even been in a serious relationship, period. They've been in this hook up culture, empowerment to get a train ran on you, empowerment to be 304s, empowerment to go out. And I feel free to bust that thing open and give it to whoever you want. It's like, oh my God, because I can do what I want and you can do what you want. And the thing that you choose to do is become a 304. Why sway? Why? Why is the main thing that you want to do for fun and it is to bust that thing open for Tom, Dick, Harry, Pookie, Ray Ray, Clint, and Troy and Tyrone and you know, Kendrick? Why is that the main thing that you want to do? Why is that the only thing that makes you feel empowered? You can't go to an art museum. You can't learn a new trade. Hell, go get a goddamn cookbook and learn how to make a dessert at least. Learn how to cook, learn how to draw something. Learn how to go read a book. I mean, go do something that will enhance your knowledge of something, make you think, get you to think outside the goddamn box. Stop. Why is everything equated to sex and that's your fun? I don't look, maybe I'm probably in a twilight zone. I probably don't supposed to be here. Cuz I don't agree with none of this modern society BS. I don't. And I say this, look, and this idea that all these women are perfect and men are just, I know I'm not perfect. I'll tell you that in a minute. My husband would tell you that. He probably wouldn't tell you that. He probably wouldn't tell y'all that. But I said I know I'm not perfect. Hell, I got issues. But I acknowledge that and I'm working on myself. You know what I mean? I know I could be, you know, I have mood swings. I'm a Gemini. If that mean anything to y'all. You know, I'm a twin. And we're similar in that way, you know, different in other ways, but similar in that way. But I know, I mean, we all have things that we can work on. But to sit around here, just mind-boggling to me for women that come out like, oh, all these men are just this and that and that. And we can't deal. Lay in it, and it's like, oh my God, it's so draining. When you hear it, it's like, oh, all these men, they will use you and they will abuse you. And they will just take the life out you. And they will break you down all the way to the ground. And they will do this and diminish you and do it and all these things. And you don't think that there aren't women out here who've done that to men? Who've lied to these men, used these men, abused men, taken advantage of them, had babies for other dudes and made these men think it was theirs. Just cheating on them left and right. You don't think women don't do that? That's the thing. I can accept it if they were more realistic and honest and say, you know what, we all do some mess, because they know they do some messed up stuff, but they hate to acknowledge it and hate to say it. And I just, if I see women take some type of accountability and say, you know what, hey, yeah, I've been low down. I was low down. I cheated on my last 5 boyfriends and I'm just not good in relationships, or, you know, yeah, it wasn't him, it was me. Every time a relationship has issues, they automatically think it's the men. Automatically. You never take into consideration, hold on, wait a minute, what did this woman do? That's like heresy. What? Why would you even ask that? There's nothing she could do to make him act like that. Yeah, there is. What do y'all know? What the hell y'all think? Who do y'all think y'all are? Yes, there is reasons for men can respond to what is being done to them the same way y'all respond to somebody doing something to you. That stuff goes both ways. That's the part that gets me. Like, what in the world? Where are y'all? What are y'all thinking? But that's the nature of a lot of women, honey. And I ain't saying it's all women, but a lot of them act that way, and they really just want to keep that going. It's just, you just go through social media and you look like, well, damn, what did you do? That's why and when you ask what you do, well, why you even ask me that question, child? Because I want to know what you did. Successful MD. People are always blaming everyone but us. People are always blaming everyone but us. Thank you for the super chat. What you mean, successful MD? Like, are they like who? Like blaming? People are always blaming everyone but us. Elaborate. Thank you for the super chat. What's going on, Prime One? Let's see. Marjorie reacts says it's pronounced Marjorie. Okay, gotcha. Marjorie, God bless you, wise woman of God. You keep spreading the truth. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Marjorie, gotcha. Thank you once again. I appreciate you. Where Classy Perspective at? What's going on, Classy? I didn't see you in here. Farrell says, reason why Tia is a victim. New episode tonight. Right. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, she's always the victim with her graduation and a celebration. And I'm on my journey. And she's on that journey. And now she's not finding what she wanted out of that journey. And now she's upset. It's weird. It is very weird. Let's move on. I have another clip I want to share with you guys. Here we go.
And our sons out into the world to go be with women that already have children. Would you suggest that to your child?
I wouldn't suggest it, but if it happened, I'm not going to ostracize him.
No, I didn't ask that. I asked, would you suggest it? As a mother and him as a father,
no, I'm
are
not
you suggesting to your son to go be with a woman that already has a kid?
Okay, the answer is no. Now what?
So what do you guys think about that? We've talked about that several times on this platform. About and that goes back to men accepting women with kids. Do you honestly think that it's okay for a man, especially a man who has no kids, to take on a woman with kids? Now, she could be a good woman, right? But would you suggest that your son, if he met a good woman and she had 2 kids, would you be okay with him being with that woman? I want to know. Because if you ask, women, they want you to accept it for them, but they know good and well, they've raised their son a certain way or whatever. They wouldn't want their son to accept a woman with several babies and several baby daddies. They wouldn't want that, but they try to make it seem okay because it's them and they want to get what they want out of you. So I think, a lot of them, they're not being realistic or being honest when they say that, because when it comes to their kids, they know they probably wouldn't. But then, I wouldn't ostracize them. Well, maybe you wouldn't do that, but you would rather your son, especially if he has no children and he's, working and building himself up, you wouldn't want him to come home with a woman and be like, hey, mom, meet my new girlfriend. She got 3 kids, 3 days. You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that. And they know that they're being disingenuous when you ask that question, and they answer the way they answer because they know it's not truthful. They're not truthful. Romney says, I will never advise anyone to date a baby mama. I have one child, and even I don't want a woman with kids. I know that's right, Devon. No, because you will be last in the relationship. Be a mentor. You don't have to be a stepfather. Exactly. I think that's a yep. Roddy says, I am not doing it, child. He says, I am not doing it. I have an 18-year-old son. As long as my son doesn't have children, I would not suggest dating a woman with children. Exactly. I wouldn't suggest my sons do it either. Now, look, listen, at the end of the day, they are adults. You can't control what they choose to do with their lives. They working and they living on their own and you can't control, but I wouldn't definitely recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Hell no. Why? So I think a lot of women who have kids, a lot of single mothers don't like this idea because it triggers them. It makes them mad because they know that leaves them out of the dating pool. If majority of men are saying, I don't want no woman with kids, they know that they don't have a chance. I saw this lady on Instagram. She had 3 kids. And she was like, I don't think that it's a good idea. And why would a man want to miss out on all of this? Just because I have 3 kids, my kids are well taken. It don't matter how well taken care they are. That man don't want to raise those children, baby, and you can't force them to. They're your kids that you had with 3 dudes who are not in their lives, or maybe they are. They don't care. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. If they don't want to do it, they have every right not to want to do it. You shouldn't try to. That's my thing too. I'm all for what people want. And what your preferences are. I don't have a problem with your preferences. My thing is this: don't try to stomp on other people's preferences. If you want this or want that, and just because you're not getting it, that's something you got to deal with. Don't try to shame men for not wanting you because of your choices or let them want what they want. Just like you want what you want, realistic or not. That's still your preference. So you have your preference, let these men have their preferences and leave it be. Just because you don't measure up or see, the thing is their preference is not you. So because their preference is not you, now you got a problem with it. Well, that's not their problem. Because they didn't choose to go out and make babies with different women. And so why should they take on a woman who chose to do such a thing? That's all. Let people have their preferences. They have a right to. You can, and then stop trying to shame them into something otherwise. So yeah, that's insane to me. And it will always be insane to me. But it's just a hot mess. It really is. So I overall, I just wish that women would understand, listen, you can want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. I need to put that on the t-shirt, honey. Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Make sense? I'm gonna put that on the shirt, child. Want what you want, but what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Boom. Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. Straight up. Because that's how it is. Make a note of that. I'm gonna make that popular. Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Boom. That sounds like something that Prime Time would say. Cause he makes me laugh. Deion Sanders, Prime Time. He like, want what you want, but need what you want to want what you need. Something like that. It's just the funniest thing ever. But so that reminds me that want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. Boom. I'm running with that. That's my new slogan, baby. Classy Perspective. What's going on, Classy? Says most of these ladies go from house bands to wanting husbands, child, to converting to dating women wanting step studies or studies to replace men to fill the void, child. There we go. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. House bands to husbands converting to dating women wanting step studies or studies to Lord Jesus Christ, take the wheel, baby. I know you lying. What you talking about? These studs, like that's a whole nother topic. Cause I don't even like to. Cause listen, Lord, and what's with these studs wanting babies? Like what? How you be a stud acting want to be man? And then they turn a stud film? Is that the same? And then you turn film and then you're pregnant. What would be going on? This is why I say women, they want to go from too many different things. 1 minute you're a woman, then you're a stud, then you're a film, and then you want a baby, and then you're with a woman, then you're with a man, and then what? It's too much. It's too much. Thank you for the super chat, class of respected baby. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's just too much. It's too much going on. For real. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. But it's just a hot mess. I told you, we're living in an alternate universe, child. I think there's something in the water. There's something in the mist. There's something in the mist. Gots to be. Whew, Lord, thank y'all for the super chats. All right, y'all, let's move on. The bonus daughter father understands very clearly that he has no say so in my house, period. Wow. So whatever man who trying to talk to these baby mamas, you better get that man a chance, because you would not have this opportunity no more. Child, let's move on. Listen to this. What do y'all think of this?
A Texas attorney just revealed it's a federal crime to go through your partner's phone or any electronic device. This had to be a toxic man that passed this law.
God is good.
What?
You going to jail tonight. You going to jail.
They definitely gonna lock me up, because I believe in a quality control check every now and then. Okay. So we definitely got to ask the roomies what they think about this one.
If you checking phones, DMs, text messages, if you have it, it's a screenshot of it, it's against the law. If you checking it, it's against the law. And if you're a lawyer, if somebody wants to sue you, if the lawyer even looks at it, it's against the law. They can get the lawyer too, Kiki. It's crazy. You about to go to jail.
It's wild. I got bail money. Shout out to y'all.
So you mean to tell me, if she go through your phone, it's against the law, and you can sue her, or she going to jail?
Yes.
Man, come on, dog.
Y'all got mad at me.
Acting like y'all never been through a phone before.
Nope.
I love how it's just the women. Y'all done been through phones
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Y'all done
Yes.
pain in your stomach when you sliding down the wall crying.
Yes.
Because you done went through somebody's phone.
Yes.
Okay, listen. Now listen. Once again. maybe me and my husband are unicorns or something. Maybe we're unicorns. Baby, I remember at a point in time earlier in our relationship, we shared a phone. Can y'all believe that? Have y'all ever done that with a person? We shared a phone. We had a house phone, right? And he had a cell phone, but we shared that phone. It was not a big deal. Can you go have you ever, any of y'all been in a situation where you went through your person's phone, your spouse's phone, and you saw something weird? Have y'all been through that? My husband could go in my phone at any time. I don't care. He can go in my phone. I can go in his phone. His phones, he has several phones, but his phones have music on them. He does music, but he has music on a lot of his phones. That's what he have them for, actually. So it's not really for talking, but his phone, and he talks. It's nothing in it, but There's nothing in it. I could go in it at any time. It's no lock on it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and what do you think about having a lock on your phone? Do you find it, do you think it is a red flag if your person has a lock on their phone? Is that a red flag, or can you go in your spouse's phone easily, or is it a red flag if they have a lock on it? That's crazy. Let's see. It says invasion of privacy / reasonable expectation of privacy. Successful MD says because they know they are stud muffins, women. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, Successful MD. Let's see. I don't go in nobody's phone. We are grown adults. Okay. If she's not into you, there won't be any marriage. This is what the world has come to. I have never went through a woman's phone. Daryl says, let's see. It's a first time for everything. I don't search phones. Successful MD says that's nothing. If the man and woman really love each other, that's real love. D. We should go back to pagers. Wow. If you are married, y'all should both be able to access each other's phone. Total transparency is a must. I agree with that, Devon. I agree with that. If you got nothing to hide, you ain't got nothing to hide. And now the thing about it is, it's not like, I think when you trust the person, you don't have to do that. Like if you trust each other, it's no big deal. I'm not just going to go like through your phone, looking and searching just randomly. If I trust you, I don't have to do that, because the phone is there for me. If I want to do that, if I want to just go through it and look in, I can, and vice versa. I think if you have something to hide, then that's when it's going to be a problem. That's when you got it on lock and you like, oh no, then you know how you don't want somebody to see something. It's to me, it'll be obvious. You want to hide something, I can't go through, then it's a problem. But if your phone is open for me to look at if I wanted to, and you're not trying to hide anything, it shouldn't be a problem. And that goes for both, Let's see. Most men don't search women's phones, right? Demetrius says, I must confess, once upon a time, I went through a woman's phone who I was living with. And what did you find, Demetrius? What did you find when you went through her phone? Because they say if you go looking, baby, you're going to find something. Well, listen, because I look, I don't feel the need to look because my husband's phone is open. If I look, I look. I don't believe I'm finding anything. See, I trust him. He's not giving me any other reason not to trust him. So I don't have that problem. But I mean, because he ain't hiding nothing. Like if you locking it up, now I'm gonna be curious. Now I'm gonna want to look. Same thing here. If mine is locked up and you can't go in it, or you grab my phone, I'm like, give me my goddamn phone. Then now I'm gonna be interested to know what the hell what's in there. You see what I'm saying? If you're giving me reason to believe something is in there that shouldn't be in there, now I want to find it. And I don't believe in this. Oh, you go look and you're going to find, but no, if it's something there, I want to know. That's just me. I want to know what's there if something's there. So if you're giving me reason to look, I'm looking and I want to see what's going on because I want to make a decision about if there is something there. I don't want to just be in la la land and not knowing what the hell is going on. See what I'm saying? So, but Demetrius, I'm interested to know what you found in that phone. I understand if yours, what's the SO for? Someone starts acting different to go through it, but just going through it, not really sure, because there are those that are looking for problems. Depends on the situation. Of course, if a person's mind is wondering that much, something is wrong. If I truly love someone, go through it. I have never done that. If I have to do it, you are gone. Gotcha. Everything is a red flag. My wife answers my phone all the time. Gotcha, Daryl. D, many women wouldn't even appreciate a guy whose phone isn't locked. They actually lose attraction for him. Shake him. Now that's weird. So, because they say they want a man who got a bunch of bitches in their phone. So women want a man who got a lot of bitches. That's what they say. I think that's dumb. Why would you? And then be for women to say that and then they contradict themselves. That's why I say women are all over the place mentally. They don't know what they be talking about. It just be confusing. You want a man that's faithful. If he cheat, oh, he's a dog and he this and that, and they all unfaithful. But then at the same time, you want a man who got a lot of women in his who running behind him. So you want him to have all the attention of a lot of women in order for you to be attracted to him. So you want to be one of the women in rotation. That's so dumb. Why so you don't want a man who has one woman but then y'all complain about the men cheating. Don't you think that if the man has a bunch of women after him, don't you know he's gonna slip up at some point? He's gonna probably fool with a few of those, if not all, because they got that attention, and that's so. But so I told y'all it just never makes any sense. Why wouldn't you want a man? Oh, you want a man that all the women want, and you want to be a part of that? I don't get it. That's just dumb to me. Men don't go through women phones. They just find out later that the children are not theirs. Child. Maybe y'all need to start going through the phones. Hell, because you would rather do that than go down the line years later and find out she been cheating on you the whole time and all y'all kids are for different dudes. Y'all might want to go through that phone so y'all can find that out a little sooner. But now it's against the law. And you know if it's against the law and you go through her phone, oh, she gonna rat on you. She gonna send you up the river. Oh, child. I am too busy of a man to be checking a phone. Gotcha. I miss landlines. Dang. Trust is built and earned. That's true. Look, if a man really love each other, what are you two hiding? Right. I understand that. Exactly. DeeDee, we got too much technology nowadays. Must be lack of trust somewhere. Women are already on edge. I digress. Respect, loyalty, honesty, and transparency. Let's go. He better not bring a baby mama home, or I got some straightening. Something. Ignorance is bliss. My friend's girlfriend, he went through her phone and found her smiling with male cake batter on her face. What? Oh, wait. My friend's girlfriend went through her phone and found her smiling with male cake. Ew, Lord. Okay, I get it. Classy. Disgusting. Most men know when they fooling with a bag of horse crap. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Gotcha. Oh my God. If I can trust you, I can trust you. And if I can't, then I can't then. My phone makes you set a locking process because of my phone wallet. DeeDee, she was behaving strangely, which made me feel as though she was hiding something. Turns out that she was corresponding with her ex. Okay, right. My thing is this too. I think us as people, just as people, you know when something's not right. I think sometimes people don't want the truth, so they just look over it. But you can get that feeling or that inkling like something isn't right, but I think, or you notice if somebody grabbing their phone, you see that kind of stuff. But I think some people don't want the truth because they don't want to do anything. They don't want to have to leave the person because they really want to be with them, or they don't want to make that certain decision. So they ignore those red flags. So I think you can pick up on certain stuff because when nothing's there, there's nothing there. You don't have to worry about it. But when you see certain things, some people just ignore it because they don't want to accept they're not ready for the truth. You know what I mean? So I think it's always there. It's whether you accept it or you ignore it. Significant other. Thank you, y'all. Because I don't really be knowing these little shortcuts for words, I read a lot of words and the shortcuts I don't be knowing. But thank you for letting me know. Significant other. Gotcha. So I'll remember that. Some people create things in their mind. That's true. You can create things in your mind, but if it's not really there shouldn't be any evidence of it. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be there. People do create things in their mind, but if they just create in their mind, then there would be nothing there. Cheating couples hide their cheat phones. Let that sink in. Yeah, there are people who do that. That's true. Cuss her out too. Let's get to the root. Why are you asking to go into my phone? Oh my God. If somebody asking to go on your phone, then they don't trust you. They don't trust you. They don't trust you. They don't trust you. That's the bottom line. They don't trust you. Looking through a woman's phone will get your feelings hurt. Oh wow. Roddy, repeat for those wearing iPods. If you're in a relationship, something as simple as a phone shouldn't wedge. Oh my goodness. I know people with throwaway phones to cheat. Dang, they go far. Well, I say this: what's done in the dark will come to the light. That's it. Some way, somehow, some way, shape, or form. There's people who be working together, and the side chick shows up at the job because she mad. Somebody gonna spill the tea. Some way, shape, or form. You ain't gonna go cheating forever, and the truth don't come out. That's just my take on it. Somebody always finds out. You could haphazardly find out, or somebody will come expose the truth because they get mad. Some women get tired of being the side piece, and they think, and some of these men be telling these women, "Oh, I'm gonna leave my wife for you," and so then she waiting on that date, and she get mad when he don't leave, and he going on a trip with his wife and kids, and then next thing you know, she's somewhere crying, tomorrow you need to leave her because you, and then she go to exposing. Somebody gonna let the truth out. You gonna find out. Darrell says, I went through my ex-wife phone when I saw a message popped up and saw she was planning to meet another man while married to me. Baby, I know that's okay. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Because she ruined her life and now she's gonna spread the grief. Baby mama, right? Only thing in my phone is ebooks on how to control my mindset and make even more money. I know that's right. Got to keep your antennas on or spidey sense. If you're insecure, never get in a relationship, child. How you can go through their phone if you pay for it and keep the receipts. A phone check not gonna solve your problems. It's surely not. I'm definitely not walking around on eggshells. It's not cool to make laws that protect cheaters. People have a right not to be played, but if you feel the need to check the phone, you already know. Many people don't trust themselves. So you can have access to my WAP, but not my phone. You don't need a cheap phone. You got Facebook, IG, WhatsApp, email, etc. Would it be called sneaky leak burners? Probably, child. Oh Lord. One went to sleep drunk with the phone on his lap. Right. And she just found everything. Yes, Lord. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Link Johnson say, D, you slow. No, not slow. That's an insult. No, not slow, but maybe slow to the bullshit that be happening. Maybe that because I don't deal in that. So hoping you mean it in a nice way. No, they're way too smart to be slow, but maybe slow to BS. The bullshit that or slow to the ignorance, the foolishness. Because we don't deal in foolishness over here, all this type of craziness that be going on in these streets, because we're not for the streets over here and not in the streets. So yeah, maybe to that, because it's just mind-boggling to me and the type of stuff that people be doing. Yeah, maybe to that, because we don't deal in that. So yeah, smart and wise, but not but maybe I don't know all the foolishness going on because I don't operate like that. So I hopefully that's what you mean. Yeah, but not slow, not by not at all. Just not hip to foolishness or because I don't give it my time, or I've never given it my time. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff that these people be talking about and doing, child, it's disgusting, and I don't want no parts of it. Successful MD says, honestly, they don't want those social media messages revealed. Exactly. Adults shouldn't be flirting on the internet, and they are married or in relationships. Facts. But once again, like I say, Successful MD, the stuff that I be talking about of, loyalty and respect, no, these people don't want to hear that. The world is so entrenched in bullshit. The world is so entrenched in just sex, nastiness, all kinds of other kind of stuff that God knows I am not privy to, because I just think that it's all a mess. It's all a hot mess, and people out here just doing whatever they want, however they want to. And then all of a sudden you think, oh, okay, I've been doing all this ratchet, nasty stuff, and now all of a sudden I want to clean it up and do right. Like it's too tainted out here in these streets. It's too much. That's why I say keep the streets. I don't need them. Never wanted them, and everything that goes with it. Child, I want no parts of it. Thank you, Successful MD. Y'all, people out here cheating left and right, getting diseases, doing all kinds of things, just out here, just doing anything they want on the man butter joke. Yeah, it's just Link Johnson, it's just nasty. I want no parts on it. I have to think about this stuff y'all be talking about, because I don't know nothing about all that. I don't be doing no shit like that. I'm just in my own little world with my little family, well, big family, with my husband, and that's it. I am not privy to all this freaky shit that be going on with all these different people, baby. Hell, I'm just saying, I ain't with it. If some freakiness was going on between me and my husband, that's about it. And I don't got time for all this all nasty, freaky, just people out here doing all kind of shit, and then they be coming up with green coming out of their vaginas and peepees and all kind of nastiness and all this just nastiness. I look, do what you want to do. I don't got a problem with it, but keep it over there. I'm not in the mix of all of that. I'm not all this squirting on faces and doing all this nasty shit with all these different nasty people. All of it's nasty. All of it's just too much. And Laura, whatever goes on in your marriage with your husband, like what the Bible says, the marriage bed is undefiled. Whatever you do with your husband, that's between you and your husband. Y'all could explore and do whatever you want. But when you out here sucking and licking and squirting and pissing and shitting and doing whatever you want with John Cuckoo, Ray, Pilot, Dick, and Tom, and whoever, that's just nasty. That's when you end up with stuff that you can't get rid of, and you're doing too goddamn much, and it's nasty, and they're putting their mouths on everybody and doing all this freaking nasty shit all over in these whatever, the DeeDee parties and all that. Ain't nobody got time. I ain't got time for that. I'm like, do your thing, but don't come around me with it. Do what you want, I don't know nothing about all that, and I don't want to know nothing about it. So yeah, I be like, what the hell y'all talking about? Because I'm not trying to be there in that space. That's just disgusting to me. Because like I said, it's not like you're doing that with your whatever you want to do with your husband. You're out here doing it with God knows who, and God knows what they got. And then you come up and you got something, and then now you're complaining like, oh hell no. So I want no parts of that. So I don't want to know about it. I don't need to be around it. I'm not subjecting myself to it. Keep it over there. That's all I'm saying. Hey D, it's not illegal to go through someone's phone. Federal law, now even married. It's not illegal, okay, to go through someone's phone. Federal law, now even married. Thank you for the super chat, Ty. I appreciate it. Child, it be too much. Folk got work phones, Google Duo, FaceTime, work email, Microsoft. Just too much. Oh Lord. Roddy says, you are right. If you are vibrating higher, you tend to not think about these things. Yeah, I'm not on that. I'm not down in the gutter with all that nastiness and shit. Y'all be, I don't got, I don't even be, that ain't my mindset. It's really not. And to each his own, you know, it's not my mindset, but I don't discriminate or hate on people's choices. That's what you want to do, you do, but I don't want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, no. The world drowning in over sexualization and wonder why their lives aren't right and their brain is functioning at half power. Right. Why are adults so attention hungry? Child, who knows, successful MD? Because I don't know, they want attention. They need it. They need it to thrive. If they don't have it, they'll lose. They've got their mind, I guess. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know why. Link Johnson said, not slow. You got the man butter joke late. Oh, okay, gotcha, child. I did. But Link, look, because like I said, child, I'm not thinking about that shit. It's like, that's, y'all, these people be nasty. Like, I don't know. And I'm like this too. Like, I did get it late because, like I say, my brain don't be thinking like that. You know, I already think everybody's over sexualized. Everybody all care about is sex. Everybody care about. I don't even want to imagine that. Like, that's just nasty. And whatever you do with you and your husband should be private. If you got a husband, you and what your husband do in the bedroom, what you do in the bedroom should be private. That's not for the world, for the world to consume. And what your sexual life shouldn't even be something you talk about on these platforms. The exposing everything that you do, yeah, that shouldn't even be a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And it's too casual out here nowadays. It's too casual. They got people talking about pissing and shitting on people and all that. It's just disgusting to me. Just saying. And I don't want to hear about that. I'm trying to eat some good food. I don't want to hear nobody talking about pissing and shitting and squirting on people's faces and shit. That ain't my thing. Thank you, Link Johnson, for the super chat. I appreciate you. It's just a mess. I'm just saying, it's just too much. It's too much of it. You know, I'm not, and I look, it ain't my first time hearing about it all and all of that. It's just too much. That's all everybody talk about. You know, it's just too much. Too much. Talk about something else. Let me hear some of your other experiences. What did you do? At this point, let me know about your travel. It's too much traveling, but at this point, I'd rather hear about that. About your travel. Where you going? Go somewhere new. Like, what did you do? You know, I'd rather hear about that. This guy got pink eye from his female's poop particle. Oh, Lord Christ. Classy. This enough. That is, see what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's just too nasty. These people are out here wilding. Child, they really are. Now you shitting on people and the man got pink eye. I can't. It's just a mess. But you want to do that, and everybody is like down. Everybody down for it. And go ahead. Just whatever happens. This is, you know, that's why I say I can't relate, and I'm not supposed to be in this time frame. Probably I'm supposed to be in another, because I'm like, child, no. That's too much. It is. Ty says, sorry, it is now illegal. Child, that's crazy. Yes, Lord. Classy says, I see this stuff. Stay you. I'm good. Thanks. Humans are the only mammals that mate face to face. The rest is animalistic. Thank you, Ty, for the super chat. I never put mouth on anything that got up and walked away. Oh, Lord. Oversexualized and underbathed. Ooh, and that too, child. Don't get me into that. It be stinking and nasty, and they want people to do all this stuff to you. You know, walking around smelling like God knows what, and want somebody to put their mouth on you. Like, come on. It's just a mess. It really is. Don't even be smelling good. and be wanting to bust them legs open and want somebody to put their face in there, and you smell like a goddamn fish and chips. I hear a lot of freaky Christian black women talking about degenerate. Yeah, for all of society, child. It is what it is. What's going on, Trey Ferg? We need Trey Ferg in the building because he gonna tell you go take a bath, soak that thing, and stop trying to want to be nasty and then don't even clean yourself good. It's just too much. Cottage cheese and pineapples. All right, we gotta move on. Lord, okay, well, let's move on, baby. It's just a mess. It really is. Y'all can keep all that. No, ma'am, no, sir. All right, let's move on, y'all.
Facebook.
Okay, I didn't even know
Okay,
you
we
was
need
gonna
some light.
pick
Oh,
me.
there we
Oh my
go.
gosh. Okay.
What's your name, baby?
My name is Rachel. Let me clear this off. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous. My name is Rachel.
Rachel, where you calling me from?
I'm calling from Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. How
Yes.
old are you?
I am 43.
43. What you do for
Yes.
a living?
Right now, I am a bartender and I take care of disabled people like the last.
Y'all hear this? Because her clips are low.
Okay, you take care of disabled
Hope y'all can hear it.
Yes.
What's your zodiac sign? What's your zodiac sign? Aquarius.
We can't hear.
So we got Rachel, Dayton, Ohio, Aquarius, 43, bartender. Bartender, do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 5 sons.
Really? Five sons. How old are your sons?
They are 29, 26, 21, 16, and 10 at home. The 2 are at home.
All by the same man?
No, all different fathers.
You have 5 men.
Yep.
Have you ever been married?
No, I was engaged twice, but never married.
Why didn't you settle down with any of the 5 men you have kids by?
Well, the last one, I did a 5-year engagement and I backed out. I just don't want to get divorced, and I felt like it wasn't going to work after a while. And I also, unpopular opinion, feel like once you have a kid, it take away from the thrill of wanting to get married for me. So it's like I had the first kid they ever had. So I'm like everybody's first baby mom or whatever. So it's like they really wanted a kid and I didn't really want kids, and that happened. And then I realized I don't want to get married now because now I'm a mom again. I don't know. It's just weird. That's just how I felt about it. And I kind of backed out.
So once you were engaged, but once you had the baby, you felt like you didn't want to marry the father anymore?
Yeah, I felt like it became all about, the kid and raising a kid. It took away from the relationship. That was just how I felt at the time. Like, it just is overwhelming being a mom again. It's exciting for the first time dad, I guess, at that time. I can't have any more kids. I don't want any more kids. And that's how I felt about it. I'd rather date someone with kids or grown kids that don't want kids. I meet a lot of younger men. I prefer.
Okay, let me stop there because see why I say women are confusing and complicated. This is a clear example of that. I'm so confused. Okay, so she said she didn't want to get married after she had the kid because it was complicated and the thrill took the thrill out of it. She didn't want a kid, but the guy wanted a kid. So why did he want to marry her? So he didn't probably want to marry her in the first place. And then she didn't want to get married after she had the child because it was all about the child and not about the relationship. I'm confused as shit. Confused as hell. Like, what are you talking about? See why I say women are complicated, men are more simple. So the man probably didn't, because this is why I say a lot of women don't think about being married first. Being married to somebody you want to be with and y'all start a family. It's all a joke nowadays. Having a child, all that's a joke. It's like, whatever. Well, we just go. It doesn't make sense. It's all backwards. And then they wonder why they end up in these predicaments that they end up in. Why now she have 5 sons, she say, and she's looking for another man who's going to come in and be with her and take her seriously, but you didn't even take relationships seriously, didn't take having a child with a responsible man and creating a family with that man. You just go through man after man after man after man. It's like, and have a kid, have a kid, have a kid, have a kid, and then now you still out here single. Make it make sense. At what point do you realize? Does it have to be after the fifth or sixth child and baby daddy for you to realize how important a marriage and a family is? I don't understand why it takes so long. These are our educated women, y'all. This is what's out here. This is the mentality. This is how they think. Their mentality and the thinking is all wrong. Just saying. Successful MD says she never backed away from stupidity. Never. Never. It's like, when do you get it? When do you wake up? It has to be 5, 6 children down the line. Does it have to be that way? I think not, but that seems to be the narrative. I mean, this is insanity. It really is, y'all. It's no other way to put it. Thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. It's just, damn. It is backwards. It's all backwards. It really is. Let's continue.
For older, 40 and up, I wouldn't mind 35 at the youngest, but please come with your own kids.
So you don't want no more kids, for sure. Yeah, you're 43. Okay. Do you want to get married or you don't want to get married?
At this point in my life, I feel like I had 2 long, fulfilling relationships, and if I don't get married, I'm fine with that. If I do get married, that's fine. So I'm not against it, but I'm not super pressed to get married. I'm more about having a good friend, a good partner, someone I could build with, and have the companionship. But I'm not pressed about getting married.
Okay. So we got Rachel, Dayton, Ohio, 43.
But at 43, what do you think you're gonna build with a man at this point? At 43, with 5 kids, what do you think you're gonna build at this point with him? Like, what are you? How are you gonna build? Like, y'all? So y'all not gonna build a family together? What if he doesn't have kids? What if he wants to get married? Would you be the optimal choice for him? A woman in her 40s with 5 children by 5 different men. You probably wouldn't be the ideal pick for a man who wants to build a family and build a life with someone. Because even if he's financially stable, he still doesn't want to take on 5 children by 5 different guys. Because in his mind, he's probably thinking, wait a minute, this 5 men that's involved with these children that are not mine, how is that going to work out? If are the fathers in the children's lives? Does he have to deal with 5 different men or what? And at the end of the day, these are still not his children, and it's 5 of them. I could see if it was just 1, but it's 5 potential men that he might run into, or what, and then these children might grow up, or they older or whatever, and they want to be in their go find their fathers and be in their father's lives. That's still going to kind of be something that he has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's so backwards. It's hard to mend. That's crazy. Let's continue.
Aquarius is a bartender, also works with disabled people. Moms of 5 sons by 5 men, and you were engaged how many times?
Twice.
She was engaged twice. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe I have it all. What kind of man you looking for, Rachel?
Okay. The type of man
Stay in
I'm
the
looking
light. Okay,
for.
real quick. Stay in the light, Rachel. Stay in the light.
Okay, let me is this better?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking for someone. He has to be super dominant, super like in his career already. I'm really not looking for someone that needs guidance on what they want to do with their life. They have to already be established.
But ma'am, that's not building with the man. That's not building with the man. You want him at the finish line. You want him to come in and help you and build you up. You don't want to build with him. You want him to build you up. That's not building with the man. They just be talking and they don't be making they contradict themselves. I said it all the time. You don't want to build with them. You want him already established because you want him to come in and take care of you. You want to build you up. Let's continue.
And someone that's loving, that loves their family, that has some type of spirituality, stands on something, believes in a higher power, and just a good human, a nice person.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers are people that think they know it all, that don't think they have room for growth. People that I say guys that are mean, just mean-spirited, super judgmental. So just I'm not for. I don't want to deal with anyone judgmental, anyone mean-spirited.
What she means is she don't want a man to come in and judge her for having 5 kids by 5 different men. She wants somebody who's accepting of that behavior, because a lot of women know that that doesn't look good. You know what you're doing and what you've done. It is not appealing. You know it shouldn't have gone that way, but you want a man to accept it. You know, you want him to come in and accept your choices and look at you differently. You want him to come in and say, you know what, she had 5 children by 5 different men. It's okay. She wasn't married or anything like that. You know, you want him to come in and look at your choices and your standards. You know, he'll see it as horrible choices and low standards, but you want him to look over that. You want him to come in and just accept you for you and your choices and all of that, even though it doesn't show that there was any growth or anything that you've done to better your outcome or your situations. You still probably think the same way, but you want a man to come in and just accept all of that, accept you for who you are, without him, you know, even considering the fact that this is going to play a part in his livelihood. It's like you want these men to come in and accept you, not understanding that how this is going to affect their lives too. Because he's got to intertwine his life, his standards, and all of that with a person who doesn't seem to have high standards and made poor choices. See, I don't think they think about the man aspect of it. They don't think about what y'all have to do, what men have to do, what men have to tolerate, how this is going to affect them. They just want you to come in and just do it because they're only thinking of themselves. Like, oh, come in, build me up, do this for me, do all this for me, but you're not thinking about how this is going to affect him, what he got to sacrifice, what he got to do. They never think about the men and all. You just think about yourself. So it's a selfish mentality. Because if you thought about the men in this, you wouldn't dare want to involve yourself and all of your poor choices in with a man who's has his stuff together and, you know, and he's chose a different path. You know what I'm saying? Like a man who chose wisely. You wouldn't even want to, if you're not thinking of just you wouldn't even want to approach a man, try to ask for the things that you ask for. You should come into the gate saying, into the dating market saying, I got 5 baby daddies, 5 kids. I will take a man who got kids. I'm not asking for all that money. I'll work, you work, we come in together and we can do something together. My kids are damn near all grown. So we could work together. If you're willing to work with me, hey, I'm willing to work with you. You should be more understanding of what this should look like, because you know you coming in at a disadvantage. So they come in at a disadvantage, but still want you to ignore that and want them to come with it all. Like, no, not thinking that this man has options and he shouldn't, you know, you got a lot on your plate, ma'am. And so you would think that they would come in with a little bit more understanding and less superficial, you know. Farrell says she Magic City $2 alley worker. Lord have mercy. Farrell, stop. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my God. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's, you know, men not going to look at her as the prize or, oh, this is something I want to run to get into, because they're just not. They're just not. Let's continue.
And someone who's not understanding, because I've been through a lot and I know that life happens a lot. So I learned never to say what you wouldn't do, because you don't know what you might have to do one day.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No. I just learned a lesson in life. I used to be the type of person that like looks, and I'm going through a transition now, and I cut off some people that look all right, but they're not good people. And I ran into a guy I dated before, and I wasn't really attracted to him. But I just realized when I see him, I'm attracted to his niceness. He's very nice, and being nice can make you more attractive, having a kind heart. So you could be medium ugly. You don't have to be super cute. I'm attracted to a little bit ugly as long as you have a good spirit.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
He has to make enough money to provide for his children if he has kids, and be able to have his own place and own car. As long as you can maintain your life and the people that depend on you, then I can date you. But if you can't maintain your life or your children, then I can't date you. So whatever that looks like, then I don't know. know what the amount is going to be, but you can't be in poverty and want to date. It's going to be uncomfortable, and you're probably going to be angry.
You can't be in poverty. Yeah. Okay, so there's no minimum. Is there a minimum amount?
I guess in this economy, it just my amount depends on the kids you have. So I guess if you have 5 kids like me, I would say the minimum would be about 70,000.
Okay.
Because
so if he has less kids, he can make less.
If he has like 1 kid, he can make like 50,000. I can see. I mean, in Dayton, Ohio, anyway. I mean, I'm in Dayton. I'm not in New York or Chicago or anything like that. So yeah, you can make about 50,000.
Okay.
Probably have some side hustles too, but on paper about 50,000.
Say again.
You know, maybe if you're in this situation with 5 kids, Lord, 5 different men, maybe it shouldn't matter how much he make, how much she make. If you make 50 and he make whatever he make, he's willing to take you, you should be accepting of that. I'm just saying. Especially if he's a good dude and he just want a woman, and maybe you have some qualities that he like, and he's willing to look over the 5 kids, and he's working and he just got a job, and you got a job, girl, y'all can make that work. Put that money together. Y'all can make that work. It shouldn't be a minimum or a maximum. Y'all just, if he's a good dude and he don't want no more kids, and he willing to make your kids his, grab him up, snatch him up, and don't look back. Or don't look nowhere else. Just take him, because you ain't gonna have too many options. I'm just saying. Successful MD says, honestly, pukatized women can't handle real men. Child. That's true. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Let's continue.
I said he could have some side hustles and something off the paper like businesses but 50,000 on paper is fine, but hopefully you have more drive than that, and that's just the stepping stone.
Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Oh Lord, I ain't got no damn bra on. Titties to the floor.
Why y'all come on here with your Why you come on here with no bra on and your titties to the floor? Why? Well, you know you're gonna come in. Why come on with no bra and titties to the floor, looking a hot mess? I want to see this though.
Let me see. Let me find something to say that up on. It's kind of bad lighting.
We gotta see your legs.
You see?
Okay. It's kind of, it is dark, but I think we can see you.
Okay.
Rachel, you're 43. What's the age range you want to date?
35 to 65.
35 to 65. Okay, yep. Rachel, 35 to 65. When was your last relationship?
Oh man. My last real relationship was probably about 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years.
Okay. Dang. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 months ago.
2 months.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws.
There's always hesitation when it comes to the flaws.
I'm being more understanding, which I want someone understanding, but sometimes I'm not understanding on certain things. I need to work on not being so petty sometimes, and I need to work on
no understanding.
I need to work on letting someone lead me a little more. I really haven't met anyone, but I probably would need to work on that because I'm so independent.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Rachel?
Because I'm smart. I'm encouraging. I have a lot of drive, so I'm motivating. I tend to motivate people a lot to do better and to reach for more. I'm a good friend.
Motivating people to do better and reach for more. Interesting. So I'm wondering if that's like a new found motivation, you know. And I find it interesting how people can motivate others, but they can't motivate themselves. Because the motivation would have had to come a long while back. When you realize you had the first one with a guy who was not looking to marry you or take you seriously, that you not repeat that. Motivate yourself to not have another one with another man, and motivate yourself to not have another one with another man. Motivate yourself to have not to have another one with that fourth man, and motivate yourself to not have another one with that fifth man. Like now, the motivation you can motivate others after all of this. Now it's interesting. Damn, it's like how. Look, I know people make mistakes, but how? When do you realize that? Why does it take so many baby daddies in for you to realize the mistake, and then all of a sudden you can motivate yourself and you can motivate others to do what? It's I don't, I'm just saying. That's why I think this is why I think a lot of our women could learn something. Like learn, if you didn't get it from your mothers, you didn't get it from a father, you didn't get it from a relative to tell you the truth. This is the time now to get it. So the women in this age range, 40s, that's over with. If anybody's going to get this message or get a message, it's going to be for the women coming after, the next generation of young women, the young women coming up who don't have any guidance or don't know what to do. Maybe this information is not for this generation here, but for the next, because these women are already done. They already cooked. There's no you can't do anything with that. It is what it is. But maybe this is like, the information, maybe hopefully it'll reach the next generation. I mean, Shahrazad Ali been saying this stuff for years, and a lot of these women still don't get it. She still will get pushed back. So maybe it'll help somebody, maybe it won't. Maybe it don't help everybody, but maybe somebody will get the message and realize what's important and try to do something differently. We could just hope and pray. That's it. Because this here is it's done. I'm not talking to these women. They've already made their choices. They're already in it. They're already hitting the wall. It's done. There's nothing else you can do. They'll be 50, 60 until the end just with this, because there ain't too much more that's going to change. I don't think. Let's continue.
And a good listener. And I'm helpful.
And you're helpful. Okay.
Yeah.
Does a guy you date outside of Ohio?
No. You said, would I date someone outside of Ohio?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I would try that. I've never done it, but I'm open to it.
Okay. So we got Rachel, Dayton, Ohio, 43, Aquarius. She'll date 35 to 65. She's a bartender. Also works with disabled people. Mom to 5 sons by 5 men. Now, they're going to talk about your theory of not wanting to get married after you had the baby.
That's just how I felt. Maybe it's postpartum, but I felt like, another baby. Now everything's geared towards being a parent and focusing on the baby. A baby is a lot of work. So, up until about 2 to 3, to maybe till preschool, it's a lot of work and dedication. So some of the free time that you had to enjoy the relationship is taken away. So I got pregnant maybe like a year in, or, kind of early. So me personally, I just kept that ring for about 5 years later. And I'm like, now I don't even want to get married anymore. Sometimes you
don't want to get married, period.
Oh yeah, I don't really care about getting married. It's not a big thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And listen, and that's how a lot of these women think. That's how a lot of them think. They talk about, I would love to get married. Marriage is not on their agenda. Marriage is not the first. They want to get to the D. They want to get that baby so they can get some support or whatever. And they don't really be thinking about marriage, because marriage is, if you didn't come from a family background that encouraged marriage, or push that and told you, hey, you need to be married before you carry. A lot of these women don't even think of it. When you're raised in a single mother household, like I was, there was no talk of, you should be looking for a husband, because they didn't have it. Our mothers didn't have a husband. That wasn't her priority. So there's not the priority to tell your daughters that marriage is important. I had to figure that out myself and look around and be like, I want a husband, but it wasn't something that was taught. And in a lot of these single mother-led households, marriage is not taught. It's not a priority. It's the whole community is like, babies. We have babies. Nobody talks about marriage. You see young people all around getting pregnant, but nobody's married, because they were raised by single mothers who did not focus on marriage themselves. So why would they teach their daughters about marriage when they didn't have it themselves. So they didn't think it was important either. So if you're raised like that, you don't think about marriage. You just think, oh, we just have babies. Nobody gets married. It's not a thing. And it's not a big deal because we can go and get our babies and we're going to get WIC and government assistance. And we just take care of our kids by ourselves. That's just how it go, you know? So when you're talking about, oh, how important having a husband is, and you're talking about, she's talking about babies or time consuming. Yes, they are. They take a lot of your time. That's why it's important to have mother and a father. So the father will have time with that child too. It's not, they're so used to doing it by themselves and then they complain about it. The mindset is off. They're thinking, oh, I don't want to get married. But what do you think marriage is? See, they don't understand what marriage is. They don't understand that it's a togetherness and y'all doing it together. They don't understand that because they haven't seen it. They have not seen it. You have not seen a mother and a father there, a father who wanted children and he wanted a family and he has his wife and his children raising his family. Yeah, he go to work and he come home and he's happy to see his child. He's happy to see his wife and his child. He's happy to hold his baby and feed his baby, but they haven't seen any interactions like that from a man because they were raised in a single parent household where it was just the mama doing everything, and and she have a whole bunch of kids, and all the children are just holding the baby and feeding and doing this, and no men around doing that kind of interacting with their children. This is why a lot of these women think that fathers aren't present, that fathers don't care about doing anything with their children, and that's so not true. And we've known it's the statistics have come out and said how fathers are the most engaged in their children's lives. They can't believe it because, oh my God, that's not true because these ninjas don't know. They don't believe that black men are interested in being with their kids and helping to raise their kids. When I say help to raise, I mean being a part of their children's lives. They act like a man don't want to do anything in regards to his child, which I don't believe that that's true. They think it's shocking to see a man who's happy to see his child come into the world. They think it's shocking and weird that a man wants to participate in raising his son or daughter or both. That's shocking. I remember my husband taking our children to the doctor's office. Either I had just we would normally go together. Like he would when he was working, he would take those days off of the doctor's appointments and we would go together. Or sometimes if I was just tired, if he had that day off, well, he would ask when the doctor's appointment was and have that day off. And he would take his son or daughter, whoever was at the time, to the doctor's office himself. He said that the doctors were shocked. They were literally shocked to see a man at the doctor's office with his child. And even some of his coworkers were like, well, you don't have to do that. Your wife need to do that. Well, he's like, well, my wife, she's not feeling good or whatever. So he took that day off to take his son or daughter or both to the doctor's office. And his coworkers like, oh, that's what the woman's supposed to do. Well, if she's sick, then who's going to do it? They didn't even understand it. The doctor's offices were shocked to see a man coming in with his child. Oh, we don't usually see men coming here bringing their kids. It's his child and it's mine. It's both of our children. So why can't a man participate? It is something he was ready to do. He didn't have a problem taking his son or his daughter to a doctor's appointment. Now listen, that's crazy to me. They don't think that men do that or are interested in doing it because it's not something that they've seen. Because the women have those babies with random dudes, and those dudes are nowhere to be found, and they do it all. But if they don't think they don't think about relationships as togetherness. They don't think about relationships of the man and a woman doing it together. They think only themselves. So that's why you say, oh, it's so difficult now. Understanding that when you're doing it by yourself, it's going to be much more difficult. Listen, I said it before, baby, and you'll be surprised to be your own family members who are the ones looking like, wow, I was told that a man ain't all that happy to see his child come into the world. I was told that by a woman. Ain't no man happy about seeing no child coming to the world. I'm like, don't say ain't no man. Say you ain't never had an experience of a man who was happy to see his children because you didn't pick right. You just had babies. You didn't have babies with a man who wanted you and wanted the children. You had babies with random niggas, and that's it. So he wasn't nowhere to be found. So to just put that on all men is just ridiculous. But you look, the world is so geared towards single women. I'm telling you, just women in general, but single mothers. Oh my God, that's what they're used to. They're used to seeing single mothers doing it by themselves. They're not used to seeing a man and a wife together. You would be surprised. We run into a pastor who was surprised first that we were married and that all of our children are between us. They say, doctors, you go to the doctor's office. I say how many children I have. They like, oh, and I'm like, what you mean? Oh, baby, I'm married and they're from my husband. We know all. They so used to the single mother situation. When you see something other than that, they like shocked and appalled. It blew me. It took me back. Like, wait a minute. This world is not ready, especially Black people. You know, because other races, they don't have that problem. I know white women who have 6 and 7 children, and those people, oh my God, they're such a blessing. Oh my, they don't question whether they married. They don't question or none of it because they know that they are. But only in the Black community is where they're in shock and awe, like, oh, because this is not what we do, I guess. I don't know what they're thinking. It's crazy. It really is. They really just expect Black people to just all be single ratchet mothers by themselves with all the kids. They don't expect you to be married and have all your kids for you. They don't expect that. But it's insane. And you know, we've been through that and it was just shocking every time. I'm like, wow. The Lionson says no, DeeDee, 7% of Black men, the Pookies and Ray Rays, thugs, gangbangers have multiple babies by multiple Black women. And Black women have 1.7 million babies out of wedlock by non-Black men. Wow. Listen, it's just a hot mess. Sometimes when fathers go to the doctor with the child and the mother, sometimes the doctor will speak to her only while trusting you like treating you like the invisible man. Speaking from experience. Oh, baby, that's facts. That is facts. That is facts also. That is true. We've experienced that too. Yep. It's just, and also too, not just with the child, like sometimes if I have to go to the doctor, if I'm sick or something, my husband will come with me. Right. So he'll know what's going on. So like if I had a surgery or something, my husband is right there. He brings me to the doctor's office. He's there so he can ask questions. He's there. And they'll look at me like he's not there. My husband asks questions though. So you got to acknowledge him, you know. And then I refer to him too with certain things because he knows me, you know, he knows my body. He knows what I'm going through because we talk and we communicate. So he knows just as he asks questions. They do act like the man is invisible. They're used to dealing with women who are single with no man around. That's what they're used to. It's the funniest thing ever. It's really strange. That's why I say this world is not for, especially when it comes to, I don't know if it's how other people just in general, it's they're used to dealing with the women. They're not used to dealing with the man. They're not used to the men asking questions and being there and knowing what's going on. They're not used to it. Yeah, we've experienced that too. Yep. It's just me. Q says, yep, they sure do. Been through that myself. They do. They really do. They really act like the men are invisible. Like it's crazy. We've definitely been through that. You know, it's like, oh, the man not supposed to be here because y'all not used to men being there. They assume things before asking, all kinds of stuff. There's nothing wrong with Black men. 54% of Black men are single, childless, and never married. 36% of Black men are married to 70% of Black women. Black men cohabitate with their children mothers. Hispanic men second, white men third, and Black men first. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. Well, listen, I'm gonna leave this here because I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna wrap this up right here. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way out. I gotta get out of here, y'all. But hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. All right. So I'm telling y'all now, hopefully tomorrow is what, Saturday? I'll try to come back tomorrow and shoot the ish with you guys. Shoot the shit with you guys, or you know, yeah. So hopefully I'm back tomorrow. And make sure you guys tune in. If I'm back, it'll be same time, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell to be notified when I go live, just in case you don't get a notification, because sometimes that happens. Make sure you hit that bell, you guys. It definitely so you'll know for a fact to get the notification if I do pop up here, which I will pop up. So also share and like the stream. And what else I want to say? Hit the like button on your way out. Share the stream if you can. Make sure you are supporting the videos that are already posted on the channel. That definitely helps me out. Go and watch the videos, like and share them. Also, if you want to support, and shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. Thank you so much for supporting. Also, if you want to support, you can support by purchasing one of my t-shirts, you guys. I went and made the shirts, the No Lies Detected t-shirts, and also the what do they call? Put the link to the t-shirt in the chat. If you want to support, you can support by getting a No Lies Detected t-shirt or the Ratchicity t-shirt, you guys. I went in ahead and made those, so you can check that out. So I'll try to put the link again in the chat if you guys want to do that. Go over and support if you can. If you can, make sure you go ahead and do that. But that is it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for Dimension, C. Irving, Romney, McNeil. Thank y'all. It's just cute. All of you guys. Lorenzo Redmond, thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all each and every time. Thank y'all once again for rocking with your girl. Continue to rock with me, y'all, and I'm trying to continue to post the content. And once again, if you can share this with someone, definitely go ahead and share the content. Support the t-shirt, the merch links are in the description box. Go over and support you. Support. I will be getting my shirts as well, and I'll be wearing them, of course, in the live stream. So thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate you guys. Y'all stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, same time. So make sure you are joining me live. All right. So y'all take care. Be safe. I'll see you really soon. Bye.